What is going on, people? We are back for another episode of the Reveal podcast. Everyone feeling mellow, no excitement this weekend, unfortunately, no football. But actually, just before we went live, I was just having a chat with Rue actually about the moment Scotland reached that Euros qualification and what a brilliant moment it is. And everyone can see him. He's got the kit on there, and I believe he's got a pint next to him as well, isn't he? He literally has got. Do you know what? I don't enjoy international football, yeah, but moments like that, you have to say, like, you honestly have to give it up. It's just like a feel-good moment. No matter who you support, no matter where you're from, like, you just can't help but just see moments like that and just smile. But what an amazing victory. How are you feeling, Rue?
I am still. I haven't come down from the sea for 4 days. But I was just thinking, if any single person if I ever see one person again slander the Nations League, I will be having words. Without Nations League, my 2020 would not have peaked like it did on Thursday night. I mean,
I've often thought Nations League is just so like, I don't know. I've never really I haven't even bothered to actually look at how the whole qualification system works or anything. I just don't get it. Like, I don't know what it is.
And we've led like every single way dry of how we get to a tournament with it. It's brilliant.
Well, anyway.
England are losing.
Yeah, that's a surprise. That's a shock. But yeah, how's everyone else doing? Nige, how you doing, man? I think you're on mute, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sorry about that. So how's everyone doing, man? I'm blessed.
Brilliant. You got Sam as well. Sam, how you doing after last week's podcast? Bit like, is that heat? You got it off your chest.
All I'm saying is the reason why he didn't get called up for France, isn't it?
We're not talking about that.
Yeah,
Rap is always.
I watched my country go up 4-0 and then end up.
Right, bring up my Sierra Leone people then. I didn't even know we could play ball like that still.
What happened? What actually happened? What happened? Because
listen, Nige, you lot can't play ball. We were just shocking.
I'm not surprised because I remember seeing that. I think I was even watching Kelechi's TikTok today, and he was distraught. Like, his mouth was just open; he couldn't even believe it. But, bro, do you know, I was speechless when I saw that result. If I'm honest with you, I'm completely honest with you. But yeah, man, what was it? It was AFCON qualifiers, no?
Yeah, AFCON qualifiers. So I think we got to play 3 more games now. We basically need 1 more win and we qualify.
I've had a look at our group as well. Our group ain't too bad, so I'm pretty sure we can do our thing in that one as well. I'm talking about Ghana, by the way, guys. But Ralph, man, how you doing? He's always looking off camera. This guy's always doing something else.
I'm chilling, man.
Whose birthday was it?
My bike rides.
Whose birthday was it?
My 10K. I feel good. I've been linking gal.
You're in lockdown,
man.
You know we're live.
Yeah, my dad didn't want it anyway. It's calm.
Oh, bro.
Anyway, Felix is the last one. Felix, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm using my phone this time around, so I hope I don't cut out at any point. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we both need to trim a lie.
I think I'm wearing the hat.
How close are you two?
Personally.
Right now?
He's in another room.
So you lot could sit on the same camera and just.
Nah, I like that, man.
We're good, man.
I like it, man. It's calm. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this one because I've been talking about. Yeah, go on, Felix. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say this hat's not coming up because I don't want you to see what's underneath.
Understood. But yeah, I'm excited, lads, to get into this one because it's kind of interesting. I think talking to individuals previously, even Felix before, we were sort of like discussing the fact that there might be some unorthodox names in this list here. So I've got this ready. If anyone plays FIFA, you'll know what it kind of looks like and everything. So we're gonna build the 11 right here. And I kind of wanted to start. Off with a manager because I thought to myself, let's add a manager as well to sort of like spice things up. Let's see who's been doing well. But it's you lot's vote. What do you think? Should we do the manager last or should we do that first?
First.
Go for the manager first. Yeah. All right, cool. So the way it's gonna work is obviously we're gonna sort of like throw some discussions out there, and everyone's probably got names and suggestions that they reckon that they could go with. So I'm just going to leave it into everyone's hands right now. So the first position that we're going to look to fill is the manager. Now, for me, I'm going to need to click on the position and type in some names. So once someone mentions a name, I might have to go do a quick Google search still because my spelling can be kind of suspect. So I'm going to have a look. But yeah, man, if we were to say so far in the league, who do you guys think has been the best manager so far in the league? And nobody said
Brendan Rodgers for me.
Do you know, I've heard of a few. Yeah, I've heard a few people mention Rodgers actually. Obviously with what he's doing with Leicester. What's the Premier League table looking like anyway? Leicester are close to the top now. They're second or first?
Yeah,
they're
top, aren't they?
Might be Mourinho, you know.
I was about to say, if you're looking at top, then you might have to be looking at Mourinho as well.
I'm gonna disagree with both of them. Both of those options.
Really?
Yeah, who are you going for, Sam?
Ooh, I'm different.
For Dean Smith, Aston Villa.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
that's a shout.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
I've even got a few Villa players in my thing there, so.
Dean Smith as well. I'm just trying to find this guy's name because I know I can't spell it. But I would have suggested Ralph Hasenhüttl.
Yeah, that's
from Southampton.
I was thinking about that. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
So yeah, I'm very happy that I actually went to search this one up because there is no way in hell I would have been able to spell that one. So we got Rodgers, we got do you say Dean, the Villa manager? What's his name? Smith.
Dean Smith, yeah.
Dean Smith and Hasenhüttl. So if you were to go with one, obviously we can only fill the position with one. Yeah. What would you say? Because if you're looking at the league table at the moment and to see how everyone's performing, there's kind of like different ways that you can go about it, really. Because obviously I think Southampton are in and around the top as well, but it's one of those ones where, yeah, I mean Southampton are fourth. Then you might look at it and say that he's doing extremely well because by Southampton standards, I'm pretty sure they were in the relegation zone last season. They have been quite a few times. By Southampton standards, at this point in the season, to be fourth is a massive thing. Tottenham never win anything, and they're again in and around the top. We mentioned Mourinho as well. I forgot they're again in and around the top as well. So, having that in mind, surely you might have to look at Mourinho as well. But Leicester. So, to be honest, if I'm to give my vote, I'll go first. If I'm to give my vote, with Leicester being top, you can't really argue with the point system with that one. So I would say maybe we should put Brendan Rodgers at the top and put Brendan Rodgers as the manager so far. Sam, you look like you're shaking your head.
The only reason why I'm shaking my head is because when I look at the bigger picture and I see what Dean Smith has done from the transfer window, if we talk about him getting Grealish to sign that new deal, bringing Barkley in on loan, yeah, getting Samata out, like that was a big deal, and bringing Ollie Watkins in, and all of these guys are performing. And then even if you look at the Premier League table, Aston Villa are sixth, but they're only 3 points behind Leicester. That's one win. They've scored the same amount of goals and they've conceded the same amount of goals. So it's legit just one win away from being top of the league. So as far as I'm concerned, there's not much difference between, you know, what each manager has done. And this is an Aston Villa team that were on the brink of relegation last season. Remember that. So for the guy to make a few changes in the side and to bring them into the top six so far this season, like I think that's a huge achievement.
Yeah, that's shout. Good statement.
Before we go on quickly, I think I can hear some, like, I don't know if it's wind or something. It's a little bit loud. I'm not too...
Is it off?
Okay, yeah, it's gone off. All right, thanks, bro. But yeah, no, I fully agree with what Sam said there. Actually, so it's looking like all right. Let's narrow it down to the two. It's looking like it's going to be either Smith or Rodgers. So it's up to you guys, man. I still think, regardless of what, you know what, to beat Liverpool 7-2 and then go decimate Arsenal 3-0. I can't lie. That's that one there. Yeah, that one.
This guy was going to lose his job.
That one there is a bit of an interesting dynamic because
But I do understand the reason for you guys saying Rodgers, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're
That's
pretty
the
much
thing. Obviously, if we go points wise, then you can obviously say Rodgers. But it's like, how are we doing? Are we doing this by points or by numbers or by sort of impact?
I think this is what I'm saying. I was mentioning that it would be a bit of a tight one to sort of like straight say that this is it or this isn't it, because if you consider the league table, like there's certain people in certain positions that like they wouldn't have sort of like got there before. Like it's like obviously what we said with Southampton. Do you know what I mean? Like they haven't really done well. Someone's actually just mentioned this, but Southampton haven't really done well. Also consider the fact that Villa have played a game less. That is actually also very true, come to think of it.
my guy.
Who's their game in hand? Is it Man United?
I have no idea.
I think it might be.
I have no idea. So yeah, I mean,
I think
But right now, that's looking like a game that Villa can win as well.
or City.
What's been going on this season?
I think it might be City.
it's either City or United as well. Let me have a look. But
Yeah.
Leicester beat City, so why can't Villa?
okay, yeah. Do you know what? I'm leaning for Smith. Anyone else? I'm leaning to Smith.
Yeah. I did that too.
Dean Smith. All right, let me see if I can actually find him quickly, so we can put him in there, right there. Dean
Yeah,
Smith.
I'll go with Smith as well. Still.
Dean Smith is our manager. Okay, cool. So now we move on. Now that we've got a manager, I think we should go from, quite rightly, let's go from goalkeeper upwards. So the best goalkeeper right now in the Premier League so far this season, and it's so painful because I know what name everyone's going to be mentioned. I'm not even ready to hear it.
I've got two options in it, but I want to hit everyone else's first.
Yeah, obviously, I'm thinking Kasper Schmeichel as well. I think he's actually been all right this season. I was thinking there's Darlow for Newcastle. I don't think he's been too bad. And obviously Emi Martinez, who's
I'll throw one into the mix. He ain't played that many games, but Edouard Mendy looks a decent shot so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say Edouard Mendy as well.
Mendy. No, I think I can see what everyone's saying with the whole clean sheet thing.
And the impact
I
he's
don't
had
know.
as well.
I don't think it's got clean sheets. Yeah, he's. I feel like he's added another dimension to Chelsea's. I'll say.
Think about exactly what Felix is saying, because think about the situation he walked into, because Kepa was an absolute joke.
But I think
You got pressure as you coming in as a goalkeeper for Chelsea. Then you have the pressure of being the first black goalkeeper to play in the Premier League since Tim Howard probably, and the first African since Richard Kingston, which was back in like 2011. So there was already so much. And the fact that he's put this many performances is like, it's proper.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, big him up.
I'm happy with that. Mendy, I'm happy with that.
Edouard Mendy. I just realized I haven't added Ralph to the stream. There we go. He's back. I didn't even see his name at the bottom. But Ralph, we got a manager still, but we're going for a goalkeeper.
Emiliano Martinez is the number 3.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say it.
I thought you were going to put me back in the field. I thought, nah. All right, listen. Emiliano Martinez, yeah?
I'd be happy with him.
I think it's between.
No, I can see. Do you know what it is? I think you lot like bring me into different minds, because obviously before this whole thing started, I was like, if I was to do my 11, there'd be Emi Martinez. But hearing what everyone said about Edouard Mendy as well, and the kind of pressure he walked into at Chelsea, and the way it's like, he hasn't been a problem. He actually hasn't been a problem for Chelsea at all.
But then that's what I'm saying. If you got look at Martinez as well as him having the most clean sheets in the league so far at the moment.
I'd keep a clean sheet with Thiago Silva playing in front of me.
You got to look at the impacts, innit? And he's made a massive impact.
Okay, so we'll go for Emi Martinez then and go. I think that one there you can't really argue.
I will not agree with that.
But it's not. It was a great shout to mention. Mention it. Let me be careful not to add the Arsenal version instead of the other one. It was a great show not to. So yeah, there we go. We've got Emi Martinez and goal to start off with. All right, we're gonna go for right back. Right back is the next position.
Ooh,
Matty Cash.
Right back.
For me, Castanga.
I've heard quite a few people mention Matty Cash. Do you say Castagna?
Yeah, Timothy Castagna, the one at Leicester.
Castagna, yeah.
Cold, man. He's good.
Was he playing left back before? He's been right back to, and then he's going to be moved to left because apparently he is like a left-sided player, but they've been playing him on the right for now. No, yeah, because when he was at was it Atalanta he came from? He was a left-sided player, but you know it's fair enough. But I was thinking maybe Reece James as well. I think he's been quite solid for Chelsea.
Do you know? Yeah. I'll go.
Lamptey's been playing right wing back, but Lamptey.
Tariq Lamptey.
Lamptey. All right.
Bro, every time I'm watching any sort of highlights on YouTube or match of the day, Tariq Lamptey I just look at him. I'm like, that's a proper defender for me. Like, he's so young as well.
But has he been consistent?
I mean, I think he has. He's one of the star players in that Brighton team, man,
as well.
Rue, were you going to say something?
I think I'm with Tariq on that one because every time I see him, I think his work rate and his energy that he brings into it has been so refreshing to see. But also him getting the fundamentals right, and just every time I watch him, I think I'm just glued to it at the minute.
He's exciting to watch for sure.
Somebody said Reece James, but again, I'm sort of really like a big fan of his at the minute because he's been brilliant for Chelsea. But every time Lamptey's on the field, I know he's only with Brighton and they're kind of flounder around the bottom of the table, but he's been fantastic every time I've watched him, I think. So,
okay, I think we can go for Lamptey.
I won't disagree with that
because he's a growing talent as well. I think we can go for Lamptey. I'm quite. Okay, so he's a silver card. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I know he's been turning quite a lot of heads. He's been turning quite a lot of heads at club level at the moment. I've heard quite a few people talk about Tariq Lamptey, and he does seem kind of solid. Brighton as well, actually. So yeah, excited to see what he can do for the season.
I wanted to ask a question.
Go for it, Sam.
How do you guys feel about players like Lamptey being called up for England and stuff like that? Because like I've always seen England calling up young players. Like I know they called up Bellingham because there was some injury or something like that. Like he had to come in. But I'm not a big fan of young players going to play international games straight away, regardless of if it's a friendly or a qualifying game. I'm just not a big fan of it. But how do you guys feel about it?
I was thinking about that because I was watching a game the other day. And they were saying how, like Gareth Southgate is just doing it to show that there are pathways.
Okay.
Into the team, more than anything, more than sort of giving them like a solid positioning, like you're part of the squad. It's just showing that other young players that he's doing well, and look, he's got a call up. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to stay there. Just means that there's a pathway into the squad, into the team.
Yeah.
So because before I was like Sam, and then when I heard that stance, I was like, okay, yeah.
Oh, he cut up.
Maybe
it's the thing where England are really good at making sure that they've captied players straight away. Because if you think a lot of players that play the current England squad could play for other nationalities, but because Gareth Southgate is calling them up like that after 2 good Premier League games, it's like you're captied now. Even though there's rules, obviously, I think if you play less than 5 games, you can switch. But there's still a lot of complicated things you have to deal with to get through that process. But yeah, I think he's just really good at capturing a player straight in.
Do you reckon that's what he's doing then? Yeah,
it looks like it because when you look at other teams, other countries, like for example, Pogba has been shocking in the league, but he got called up for France. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there's countries that have a structured, like there's a certain set of players that they're always going to call up. John Obi Mikel was playing in Turkey and China, and we're still going to the World Cup. You see what I'm saying? Benching players that were playing in the top 5 leagues in Europe, but because they know his influence in the team, it's like cool, pull him up. But with England, it's like you can play at 2 World Cups. Yeah, you have a bad season and you're not going to the next World Cup. You see what I'm saying? You need players who have been to that kind of tournament and have that experience to come in and still play inside. Like, it seems like there isn't a structured 11 for me under Gareth Southgate.
I hear that. Perfect example. You look at Lingard.
They're rotational, man.
That man are nowhere near the England team now,
bro.
Yeah, they were like pivotal players before. It seemed like there couldn't be an England game without Lingard being in there. I remember. Sam, remember when we went to watch? Ralph as well. Actually, when we went to watch Rooney's last game, was that last year?
2 years ago now. 2 years ago today, surprisingly.
Oh my
it was.
I said last year. Shows where my head's at. But yeah, has anyone got any more comments on that?
2 years ago today.
Yeah, Sam mentioned 2 years still. All right, cool guys. Let's move on. Let's go on to our centre backs. And obviously we got two because we're doing a 4-3-3 formation. In terms of centre backs, one I would recommend is actually Tyrone Mings. I think he's actually been pretty good for Villa. If you kind of watch the and have a look at like the power rankings and everything in terms of most informed players, he's actually right up there with players like Kane and the rest of them this season in terms of how effective they've actually been. So for me, if I was to suggest one centre back for that first position, I'd actually go Tyrone Mings. I don't know if anyone disagrees with that.
Can I challenge?
No, I won't disagree. I won't disagree with that.
Wait, first of all, clip away. We don't do free promo here.
Let me see if I can actually get rid of it because it won't. You know what? I was trying to get it off, but it wouldn't go, man. Let it play.
Embed on the page, isn't it?
Yeah. Today they'll get free one. They'll get free promo. Or if anything, I'll just click it off like this.
Free promo.
But yeah, Tyrone Mings as number one centre back.
I want to challenge that for a left-footed centre back with Yannick Vestergaard. I know it's a bit of an odd one.
What? Yeah,
I think he's really good with Southampton, and he's stuck out as sort of a key component of Hasenhüttl's lot. So I'm gonna throw his name in to sort of go on that left side.
Do you know what, Felix? You remember Vestergaard's the one that you were mentioning because whenever we watch Southampton play, Felix, you're always like, "Oh, who's that guy? Why does he look like Van Dijk? Why has he got Van Dijk's build? Like he actually looks like." Yeah, no,
I don't really want to compare players, but from watching him play, he has that sort of impact in the defense just as much as Van Dijk did or does for Liverpool. He's very composed, very good on the ball. So I wouldn't disagree with Vestergaard, to be honest.
Vestergaard's another one. Obviously, I don't know if anyone else has any suggestions before I jump in. Go on, Nigel.
Wesley Fofana, man, the guy that's come from. True. He slotted into the Prem perfectly for me, man. I watched him against Arsenal. I watched him against Wolves. Donny's solid, man. I don't know if he's left foot or right foot, but he played on the right of a free because Johnny Evans came back. He looked solid. He played in the centre when Johnny Evans wasn't there. Bossed it, and he's only 19. And Arsenal went to go and get Saliba when we could have got him. But we moved on.
If you want Saliba,
Fofana looks solid. I'm not gonna lie, it looks solid.
He does.
I was gonna say I would have mentioned, not to be biased, I would have mentioned Gabriel if it was before the Aston Villa defeat.
Yeah.
No,
but I don't think you can veer away from the fact that he's been. Yeah, I think he's been very, very, very good. The entire team was bad.
The defense, bro.
Because obviously, prior to the Villa game, Arsenal had the best defensive record. I mean, like in the numbers, we had the best defensive record in the league. There's not really much to say now after the Villa game, but I still think he's had a big impact on the team since he's arrived with a few good performances.
Yeah, I think that's actually another one that you can't shy away from as well. I think Gabriel definitely deserves to be a part of that number. But yeah, unfortunately, we can only go for two, so it's gonna have to be a
better shout. Ones that Rue said and Nigel said because
Mings is one of mine.
Because of the rest of the players in the Arsenal defense, it kind of takes away the light from Gabriel because it's like everyone has been so poor. it's like so he has to be a part of that. Just okay, Arsenal defense is just poor. You can't just say, "Oh, Arsenal defense is poor apart from Gabriel." You know what I mean? We're all a part of the same system.
It's true.
I think we'll go for either Vestergaard. Yeah, no, it's true. It's very very fair point. It's either Vestergaard, or Mings Fofana, or basically just do the combination like that. So those are the three, I guess. We got Fofana, Mings, and Vestergaard. Did anyone mention anyone else? We said Gabriel, but we'll put Gabriel to the side obviously because of the defensive system as I mentioned. So it's either you have to select one.
Are we picking two of those three or one?
Two.
And we got all left footers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it all left footers then?
Because if we're
I don't know what Fofana is.
The criteria one has to be right foot.
It shouldn't. To be fair, because we're not. This isn't. We're not really going to be playing in real life. You know what I mean? So if you're a centre back, you're a centre back. Like it just. It's honestly. If you're a centre back, no matter what foot you are, it don't matter.
I thought we were going to do left-sided, but if we're going to do both foot, then I want to throw Thiago Silva in there.
I don't know. He started very poorly. I can't lie to you. He started really, really bad. Huh?
He's come of age towards the end, but he started slow.
Because it wasn't the first game. The first game where they conceded 3 to West Brom.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh yeah, but
who did they play against? Oh, that
wasn't it West Brom they played against in this first game.
West Brom was the 3-3.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's only recently he started doing well. I can see what Ruth's saying because obviously I think in the last maybe 2-3 games he's actually started doing well. What was that? Ralph? Can you hear me?
Ralph is lagging incredibly.
I didn't give it to me. I was saying, didn't he get taken off as well in that game?
I'm pretty sure he did. He might have done. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure he did.
Am I actually?
I think he did.
Yeah, he's lagging.
Yeah, he
did. Ralph, you're lagging a little bit still.
What's going on?
I think we'll keep the 3. We'll keep the 3 we mentioned and Fofana, and Vestergaard. Okay, cool.
I'll go with Mings Fofana for me.
Yeah, I think Mings Fofana for me as well.
So that
Mings Fofana for all of us as well. All right, cool. Let me see if I can get that down. We've got Tyrone Mings and Wesley Fo. I put them in the wrong places and I'll just swap them after. Have I spelled that right? Oh yeah, there he is. There you go. Wesley Fofana. Yeah, he did actually look solid. I remember against Arsenal as well, he looked solid. All right, cool. So now we move on to
England.
What will be our left back?
Left back decision.
Left back is an interesting one. Ben Chilwell, I'd have to throw in there because of like his goals and stuff that he's been contributing to Chelsea.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
So I think Ben Chilwell would be one to put in. Don't know if anyone else has any other fullbacks they would be.
Gonna throw. Hang on, which side is João Cancelo? Is he left or right? I've forgotten.
He's right.
He can play both.
He can play anywhere. But I'd have to throw in Luca Digne as well. Don't know if anyone agrees with that.
I agree with that.
But he's been playing left.
The first few games he was solid.
Yeah, Luca Digne for Everton, I think he's been good.
I don't know why. I'm also going to throw Andy Robertson in.
Yeah,
I can see why. Yeah, I mean, you can't really argue.
Arsenal. Scotland against Arsenal.
Bias.
This
Scotland and Liverpool,
right. I think Liverpool's defence have been, well, it's just been a disaster from game 1 onwards, but I think the consistency and the solid performances coming down that left-hand side, whether Van Dijk's in or not. And I think for a left-back who's constantly turning a good performance in each week and with the occasional assist, I think you've got to throw Andy's name in.
Yeah. I think, to be fair,
I won't disagree. I think he's been very consistent.
He has. What about Reguilon, guys? For Tottenham?
Reguilon.
Yeah.
He ain't been bad as well, to be fair.
I still feel like we need more from him, though.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah.
How many games?
Go on, Ralph.
Still like
Oh, regular.
Come back in, man.
Yeah,
Your
Ralph,
things
you might have to drop back in still because your pick is.
Bro, the way it is, it's like he's posing. It's like he's posing.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like I just called my uncle in Ghana or something. The way that
you say Ralph,
you
5 minutes.
yeah, you say something and they're just looking in the screen and just wait, and then they answer after. You got Reguilon. Yeah, I think Reguilon. We definitely do have to see more. But the only thing I think we could use to actually decide is, again, I'm just looking at that Premier League table, because if we're looking at Reguilon, the thing that would make me mention him is obviously Tottenham are second. So you would think that they're actually doing something right. Ben Chilwell, I think we can put to the side a little bit because Chelsea are 5th, but I think that's more due to their start. But anyway, you can put that to the side. Luca Digne, Everton are 7th, so they started really well. But as Felix predicted, I need to go back and get that video and put it on, actually, saying that they're going to have a honeymoon period and then drop. It's just like he predicted.
They're going down, man. They're going down.
They're literally dropping,
like falling.
Yeah. But who else did we mention? So we've got we said Ben Chilwell, Andy Robertson, I think, and Reguilon. So I think the only viable one might be Robertson. I think Robertson deserves to go in there. Yeah, I know. If anything, just Giroud.
My captain.
If we're going for that, then I think we should go for Andy Robertson.
Can I just say, just real quick, how the hell at Euro 2021 are we getting Andy Robertson versus Harry Maguire? If you looked at the picture of those two in Hull kits like 4 or 5 years ago, you'd be like, what matchup?
Yeah.
How is this happening?
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Football's a mad game, you know, bro.
Yeah. It can change so fast. Ralph hasn't been able to come back in. He hasn't come back in yet. All right, well, we're gonna
agree with Robertson though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The standard for left backs, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really a difficult one to pick, honestly. But yeah, we'll move into the midfield now. And I think it's interesting because there's certain players that I was thinking of that we can put as, midfielders. Like, let's say someone like Jack Grealish, even though he's a winger. I think he's been so good this season that we can't, play him on the wing and then forsake other players as well. So I thought maybe if everyone kind of agrees, we could sort of like do a thing where we can put like someone like Jack Grealish or whatever as a cam instead of because he can play as a cam.
He's a winger though, yeah? Do you not consider him to be a winger? I know they're playing further forward.
Yeah, I think it's because he starts. I think he starts on the wing, doesn't he? He starts on the wing and then he just kind of
floats around, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of a free role.
Yeah.
How about we do it like this? How about we do the starting 11 and then we can use the subs, if you will, as like the notable mentions.
Fair enough.
We don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like
we don't miss anyone out.
Because when you get into that attacking position, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, right?
There's a lot of man. There's a lot of man.
Yeah. Well, let me change the formation quickly first. I kind of want to go for a 4-3-3 with a cam.
So okay. 2 centre mids and a cam.
Yeah, 2 centre mids and an attacking midfielder. So it's the centre mid can be a DM or it can be a DM or a
box,
or box. So any one of them will do.
First name I'm going for, I already know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nigel. Jerry Tielemans. Okay. I can see why.
Man, but he's a baller, man.
He's a baller.
He makes that Leicester team tick.
Yeah.
With or without Vardy, he makes them tick.
He's the type of player to sit, isn't he? Like I love the way he plays because Tielemans is the type of guy where he's so disciplined because he knows he's a midfielder and he plays as a midfielder. Like he just stays there. He's one of those players that you can literally rely on to just stay in the midfield and make things tick. So I think I can back Tielemans with that one. Anyone got any more suggestions? I was gonna go Allen for Everton.
I was gonna say Allen as well. Allen. Obviously, with the way Everton are dropping in the table, it's a bit hard to pick anyone from there. But I'm just going back at what I've seen statistics-wise, and he has literally the most interceptions in the league at the moment this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's why
kinda
He knows his job and he does it to the best.
It could be a shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to just
I think-
like disregard everything because of how bad it as a collective, but individually, I feel like he has brought something different to that Everton team. To be fair,
For sure. Stability.
bad as they look it, but yeah.
So right now we've got Tillemans and we've got Allen. Højbjerg is another one.
Shit.
I remember Nigel mentioned not long ago. And yeah, I really like him. I really like him.
Yeah, he's good.
So-
He's good for Tottenham as well.
It's so mad because as we said, as we get further up, it's actually proper hard to
it's
actually
getting harder.
see who's
It's
going
getting
where.
harder now.
Party. No, I'm joking.
Go on. Ralph, I don't know if you heard some of the names you mentioned, but I don't know if you've got any other. Right now we're looking at like actual centre midfielders, so they can be box to box or they can be DMs. Who would you mention? We've already mentioned Tillemans. We've mentioned Højbjerg. We mentioned who was the other one? Allen. Sam's just said Partey, but we're not too sure about that one. So
Partey, yeah, as good as he looks, it's too early, unfortunately.
yeah, go on, Ralph.
Mad.
What, did you not hear me?
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go on.
No, I said Tielemans, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, so he's gone to
Now I'm watching the England game and I was like, oh yeah, what a shot that would be for centre mid. Is that the only? Where in centre mid?
That's just like because we're playing like a 4-3-3 with a cam variation. So we've got two centre midfielders. So you can either have him left or right centre mid. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. But yeah.
Yeah, Tielemans. I like him still.
Okay, so are we all gonna go for Tillemans as one?
I was just throw one last name in the hat of James Ward-Prowse because I've got.
I
thought about that.
I
think about him.
I think the way he's played with Southampton recently, I think he's worthy of a good shout at least.
I don't know if Felix will remember. I said this not long ago, and I know a hell of people are gonna get at me. Yeah, but I've been saying for years that I've always thought James Ward-Prowse was probably one of the best English centre midfielders. Best English midfielders. So? I can't lie to you. I've loved Ward-Prowse for time. I've wanted him,
bro.
Even I've said I'm not gonna lie, but that's just me. I just love everything about the guy, and for me, one of the main things I love about him is his set pieces are nuts. His set pieces are on a different level. And like I honestly, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen him playing camp for Arsenal in my mind, but that's on everyone else in it. But that's just me. I've just loved him. I think he's a magnificent midfielder. That's just me though.
He's efficient. He's busy in the midfield.
What did you say, Simon?
You know, Kurt likes to big up mediocre players. That's why he likes Lacazette. I'm just.
You think Ward-Prowse is mediocre?
No, he's good. He's solid.
But for me, that's just for me, innit? Because I look at the midfielders that England have had over the years, and I'm thinking I would much rather have had Ward-Prowse in that team, in that England team. Anyway, even though I'm not English, but I would have much rather had Ward-Prowse in that team than someone like Jesse Lingard or some of the other crazy names they've had playing. Do you know what? I don't know about you, though, but I don't even rate Ali that much, if I'm honest with you.
I'm a big fan of Dele Alli, you know. I can't lie.
Me personally,
I feel like in recent years, maybe the last year or two, that he's sort of fallen off a bit. But when he first was on the scene, he was brilliant.
It was cold.
As much as it pains me to say, as an Arsenal fan, he was good.
Remember he came from League One, you know, and he came
from MK Dons, right? Yeah.
I did it
for me. I've always thought he was good, but I just thought everyone was like I even remember hearing him being linked with PSG to someone. I was like, come on, man! Like he's a good player, but like, is he Neymar, Mbappe, all of them? Like, no, not really.
I think he would dominate the French league. I can't lie to you. I think he'd do bits there. But I do hear you on that.
He would. Me personally, though, I think with Ali is one, he needs the right manager to tailor his game. So with Pochettino, he had Eriksen, and then he had Ali playing that, just running in behind. That works in his favor. But now, I personally feel he'll be a solid centre midfielder, like box to box, because he's got that little feisty side to him. Innit? He's not a number 10 anymore. He's not. It's a bit predictable running in behind, and he doesn't really do much off the ball neither as well. On the ball, sorry, I should say. yeah, man, it's a shame because I think he's a good player.
I don't know. For me, I've always sort of like, what about it? But I was just like,
bro.
Huh?
That's not how you spell and then.
This guy actually that's not how you All right, but we got Yuri Tielemans as number one center mid. Sorry. So who are we going for the other center mid? Obviously we still got Allen in the mix. We still got Højbjerg in the mix. And them guys there. So I don't know if anyone wants to throw anyone else in.
I think it depends also on what. Say that again.
Didn't Sam say El Neni? That's a shout.
Nah, not El
Neni. I'll be honest with you, no Arsenal players even starting 11.
But you know, with the other centre mid, I think it depends on what type of centre mid you want to play. Because some people like to play more of an attacking centre mid on one side and more of the other.
Bro, I think, do you know what it is? I think everyone's deep in this week way too much. As I said, yeah, if you're a midfielder, you can go in.
No, but it's just the way a man looks at the game. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. You need the balance. Yeah,
you are all mini managers. Like you're all thinking, Sam, were you saying something?
Between Højbjerg and Allen still.
Oh, okay. Sam, you're lagging behind a little bit. I don't know if you've muted your mic. I can't really hear you.
Oh, can you not hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, I was just saying, I was dragging on my point, like you can't play two Aaron Ramsey, innit?
Yeah. Wait, did you say you can't play two Aaron Ramseys? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a little too many Arsenal references in this podcast, bro.
He's been dropping it all day, bro. All day.
We're looking for either Allen or Højbjerg, so we have to pick one.
Oh,
it's a tough one.
Because
you know what?
That field in Everton, bro.
No, but the thing is, his stats aren't. I think, as Felix mentioned, he's got like the most interceptions and everything. But Everton are 7th and Tottenham are 2nd. So you have to say like,
yeah, it has to be Højbjerg.
Like what we did for Gabriel, innit? Gabriel, if you're looking at the system in the whole, then do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah, fair. Yeah, if that's how we're gonna make the final decision.
I won't disagree with either one, to be honest.
All right, we'll go for. I think we'll go for Højbjerg then. Anyone disagreeing with that? No. All right, let me see if I can actually spell this one. I'm gonna go Pierre.
That name is. I can't lie. That name is tricky, you know.
Yeah, Emil.
I know it's H-O-J. That's all I know.
Yeah.
There he is.
Pierre. I like typing in the actual like his first name because I can't spell the other one. So all right, so we got our two center mids. And now the interesting one is Cam, because I know if you look at it, he would say Jack Grealish. That's what I was saying. So Jack Grealish
for me, man.
Can be a Cam.
For me as well.
James Rodriguez, no?
Bad boy Grealish, man.
No way.
Ross Barkley.
Nah.
Ross Barkley.
Nah. It's Grealish all day still.
Yeah, I'll put Grealish there.
Jack Grealish, yeah. All right, cool. All right, that one was easy.
For me, James Rodriguez, as good as he has looked, I feel like he can be found out. Man.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
this front is going to be interesting, you
know. That one was easy. All right, cool. So we've got everything. If you have a look, we've got everything up to the strikers. But now,
well, you know.
What was that?
I think these ones are going to be easy as well.
We'll see, innit? We'll see.
I don't think so, you know.
On the right, Theo Walker. I'm joking.
On the right wing, there's only one name, man. There's only one name.
No, God.
It's got to be the Mo.
I can't think of anyone else for right wing. If you're thinking of specialist right wingers only, I can't think of any other name.
Ralph, you're a little bit quiet still. Ralph, you're a little bit quiet.
How you were saying, you're not thinking about it too much. If you're a forward, you're a forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. with striker, the top goal scorer has to go up there, and we know who that is. The number one assist provider in the Premier League so far is also a striker. You get me?
Fair enough.
Okay.
And another
I was gonna make that point.
Yeah, that's what shows that it's not going to be easy to just select one name for the attackers.
I can't lie. Son has to be in that front three.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know. I don't know about it. I don't know about the other two.
I agree with that.
All right. Let's take it bit by bit in it. I think we should go let's go right wing first. And as we mentioned, we've got Salah right wing, right?
So we're putting Salah, yeah?
Yeah, Salah right wing. So I think that one's easy because the kid scored some amazing goals this season, I have to say. And now let's go for left wing first. I want to go left wing first.
It has to be Son, bro. As much as I love Sadio Mane, I love Sadio Mane, but let's be honest. Son is my team.
I'd say Son. I'd say Son then Mane.
He's been on a mad thing. I love Mane.
Rude chill.
I don't like how quick it's going. You need to actually think about it.
Bro, everyone make a point. Sam, if you want to make a point, you go ahead.
I don't disagree, but I feel like we need some points. Like, he's going too fast for the front three. Making me feel uneasy.
All right, cool. All right. Obviously, there has to be an argument for Son because the guy's goal scoring record so far this year has been nuts. His link up play with Harry Kane's been insane. And his range of goals as well is probably another thing that you have to look at.
Very true.
So
very true.
I think for me, when you look at that as Rafa, is he the top scorer in the league at the moment? Is it Calvert-Lewin or Kane?
I think it's him or Vardy, you know.
Oh, Vardy as well. Vardy.
Don't forget about Vardy, boys.
Forgot.
Don't forget about Vardy, bro.
We ain't got to the striker yet.
For me, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, all right, cool. So if we're going left wing, then obviously, as we said, with Son, his goal scoring record, his range of goals, the link up play with Harry Kane this season, and everything. Tottenham being second as well is another big thing to state that he should go there. But I can hear what Sam is saying about the whole Mane thing as well, because I do understand that we're moving mad quickly because obviously we've mentioned how certain players and certain teams are where they are. Due to some of the stuff that they've done this season, but this was my problem with what we did with Gabriel. Although I agreed, I'm like, just because the forwards or the defense ain't playing well doesn't mean that the entire the every single player in the entire thing is poor in a sense. So that's the thing for me, because if I'm to pick between the two, Mane or Son, which one would I have in my matchday squad? Like with my mind right now, I'd go Mane. I can't lie to you. I pick Mane over Son. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, hands down.
So even though Son scored more goals in the Premier League, and I know we're obviously doing it on our combined 11 in the Premier League so far, but like it's just a thing of where Son has scored more goals in the Premier League this season than Mane. But if you compare the two, what does that mean? Like, so would you guys actually fully say that Son's been better than Mane this season so far?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, in terms of impacts, and winning games. My man bagged 4 goals in one game. Let's not forget that as well. He scored the one against Burnley as well.
Yeah.
His link-up play, he causes problems, bro. Like the minute he cuts in on that right foot, and it's going in the back of the net, bro. Like, let's not lie as well, bro. I love Mane. I love him, bro.
We know Mane and what you can do, but I feel like so far this season, in terms of like what Nigel said, impact and just how well he's been able to link in with the way Tottenham are playing, I'll say Son, because him and Kane, obviously they've had that link up and they've just been ridiculous.
I want to ask Rulu to
really struggling with it. I'm so desperate to say Mane, but I can't even fault any of the playing for Son, because he is really good for the minute. So I'm really torn, but I just think the problem is with Spurs, with Son, is that I think the way we've looked at Liverpool, it seems to be that the way that the last Premier League season, each week it was someone else's turn to be sort of, hey, look at what I can do. Look at this. Whereas I think that's what makes it harder for Mane, is because the Liverpool team has been so exceptional from back to front that each week there's a new starring forward. With Son at Spurs, he has been sort of key most weeks. It's always been referring to what he's done or something that he's created. So I think we notice him more. And Spurs have to rely on. Like, I don't know how many of you watched the Spurs documentary, but Mourinho's reaction when he found out Son was injured pretty much summed up how he felt about him.
Yeah. Very true. True.
Completely
wasn't Mane injured for a little bit as well? No?
Yeah, totally.
No, it was coronavirus, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 weeks off of COVID, he came back and he got really flat. No, I'm not using that for ranking. Clutching now because, I really, really want to say Mane, and not even being biased. I've absolutely fallen in love with the guy, but I think that what Son does for that team and the player he is, I think if you give Mane a spot on the bench, I'll be over it. How's that?
Mane's a glitch.
I want to give an honourable mention to Wilfried Zaha. Now, hear me out. Obviously, Palace are sitting what? Let me double check that quick. Palace are sitting what? 8th, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's be real. There's no Palace player that's getting into this 11. There's no Palace player that we considered to get into the 11 yet. So, for him to remember, he's got more goals than Mane this season, more assists than Mane this season.
Has he?
And in that side, he has
What,
in the league.
He does play left, doesn't he? He does play left.
In the league.
Yeah, but even still, how?
Mate, he's doing his job. He's pretty much.
I can't lie. He's been playing up top though, bro. He's been playing up top this season. He's been in the front too.
I think we'll go to, obviously we're going to go to the honorable mentions as Felix said. I think we'll just put them on the bench later on. But I can see what the point that Sam is making, because even if you think about the goals that he scored against Man United and everything on his runs, and this has been a thing for Zaha, and it's so unfortunate that Crystal Palace just won't let this guy go, because he can do so much more at a better team. But unfortunately, he needs to, if he never hits the heights after he leaves, he's got to have serious words with Roy Hodgson, because it's madness to keep this guy like so much potential and just keep him there like that. But Ralph, are you obviously you already made your mind up, innit, Son? No?
Yeah, man, my front three, I'm not budging. I don't think Salah should be in there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's a bit questionable, man.
Because
let me hear out. Let's hear us front. Well, let's say your left wing
before
first.
It cuts me off again.
Okay, fair.
So, Harry Kane has scored some goals, yeah. And the top goal scorers have 8. Harry Kane's also got 8 assists. That's the top. So that's what 15 goal contributions. Like, man, Salah needs to cut, fam. You need to do whatever. But Zaha, I rate Zaha. I think if Wilfried Zaha was playing at a better team, he'd definitely be topping one of these charts, or either assists or goals or even chance created, fam. And like, I love it. He's like literally one of my favorite players, probably top 3 of my favorite players in the league. So for me to say, for me, he would go in there even if he wasn't informed, because I'm just biased and I just love it.
No Sterling, no.
How good he is. You get
I was just about to say Sterling.
Keeping it real. All right, listen, I don't know what he's been doing. Where is, you get me? They call him my twin, but not if he's not popping. You get me? I can't claim that.
So they call him my twin.
You talk about Sterling being a twin.
I don't know if I missed anything. Have you patterned the 11 yet?
No, we're going left wing. We've got left. If you look at the I'll show you the thing now. Yeah, we still got left wing and the striker, so we're going left wing. We'll have a chat about Salah in a bit, but we're just gonna go left wing now. So we're saying either Mane or Son.
Son, 100%.
Is everyone in agreement with that? Son?
I know this is an African football channel, but let's be real, yeah.
Oh, man. All right, cool. We're gonna go Son. All right, cool.
Aubameyang on the left.
This guy's Arsenal bias is nuts. You're turning into times, man. I swear down.
Babian doesn't even get on our bench.
Nah, 100 this season. Yeah, he's not even an honorable mention. Guys absolutely pants. The whole team, the whole strike force, actually, apart from Pepe, man.
Yeah, Pepe.
But we ain't seen much of him. But anyway, we'll put him to the side. So before we go to the striker, actually, let's have a chat about Salah first. If not Salah, then who do you think should go on that wing?
That's the thing.
Harry Kane or it's because obviously they're not wingers, yeah. But even I wouldn't have played that 4-3-3 formation because I would have had to find a way to accommodate both Kane and Calvert-Lewin if we've been real.
Ooh, that's a good shout.
But that's why I played the 4-3-3 because I think it would have just been a more interesting conversation.
Because
that's a
good shout.
Kane cannot have 15 goal contributions, the most of anyone, and not be in this 11. But at the same time, Calvert-Lewin's doing a madness. And even
he grab 8
as well.
But then also you got Vardy as well slotting in goals as well, so it's a bit nuts.
But to be fair though, when people,
but you also can't forget about Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins only got 6 goals.
Yeah,
go on, Sam. Sam, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say when people do these starting 11s, usually you might find like a striker on the right hand side just to accommodate someone who's been a better forward. You know what I'm saying? If you see like these FIFA best 11.
So all right, so I think I hear what you're saying on that. So are you saying that maybe we should because Mane as a forward, we should look at it as forwards instead of like right wing, left wing, striker, kind of like that.
Well, that's what I was saying, dude.
Have Vardy on the right, Kane up top. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ralph, you made that point as well. All right, cool. Now I hear you. So we should look at them as forwards rather than who's playing on the wing and blah blah blah. All right, cool. If that's the case,
case, I think Harry Kane is better suited on the right than Calvert-Lewin on the right.
Right,
so
Nigel, what were you
going with Calvert? I was gonna say so like, similar to what Ralph and Sam were saying, like because we've based Salah based there because he's a left-footed player that plays on the right, but there's not many other options to compete with him. You get me? But he hasn't really been that bad this season. He hasn't taken me off my seat. If you get what I'm saying, there's been other players, but it's just trying to find a left-footed player that plays on the right. If you get what I'm saying. So now we're doing a front three.
Forwards.
There's more options. There's more options now.
Okay, cool. All right, all right, we'll look at it like that. Ralph made that point as well. True. So, all right,
and I know why, because Salah's joint top goal scorers this season in the Prem. So he has to be in the conversation. Yeah.
This.
Who did you join with? Vardy.
He's joined with
He's tried with everybody.
And Vardy.
Yeah, there's 4 names, all on 8 at the moment. That's
all I'm saying is,
like,
I can't lie. You can't drop Son, man. You can't drop Son.
That's the thing. It's easy to just put like switch the formation up to just have a lot of attackers up there. But if we're gonna do it sort of positionally, you can either have right wing or right mid, kind of thing.
All right, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Innit? Anyone watching, anyone in just viewing us live right now, please help us out. We're having a look at who we're gonna put as your forward. So as you know, we're doing our combined 11. We've kind of gotten all the way out to the forwards. We've got Minson in there, so just some suggestions. If you have any suggestions, throw it in. Love to see what you guys.
Because that's the thing. Like what I was thinking of the notable mentions thing. It's like they've been good, but in terms of the 11, this person in our eyes has been better.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's have a look at it then. We'll have a look at the forward. So I'm gonna go with the first forward, the one in the middle. First, who do you think should slot there? It's just a forward, as we said. So we'll mention names and we'll see who we should get. So Harry Kane definitely for everybody, or is that just? I'm pretty sure it's not. But...
Listen, I'm an Arsenal fan. There's no need for me to be gassing them. Like it's real, isn't it? From time I'm gassing a man that plays for Tottenham, my rivals, then you know it's real.
Do you know what? No, I can't argue with the fact that he's got the top assists and top goals. But are we really looking at like assists for a striker?
That's what I'm saying. Are we all gonna do stats then? Yeah.
Yeah, because as a striker, all forwards, I thought we'd just be looking at like just
that's
goals.
what they can.
Really.
That's what you have to base them. Yeah, that's what you got to really base them off, I guess. Yeah.
Goal involvement.
It's horrible.
It's tight. It's tight because I can't lie.
It's tight, but when we spoke about last week, we spoke about all the other contributions he made to the team as well. So I think it's only fair that you do talk about Kane's assist because it's a contribution to the game.
I wouldn't have put Kane in there, man. I would have put Vardy still. I'm just saying. But yeah, cool.
I would have put Vardy down. I would have put Vardy down the middle as well.
Yeah.
But then also, I can't lie. Calvert-Lewin's impact. We can't not look at that. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is with Calvert-Lewin, I think obviously he's had a massive impact on the Everton team. Very true. But when I watch him play, I remember last time, I think it was Everton United we were watching. Though Everton didn't really perform that well in that game, they haven't really performed very well in general. But though they haven't really performed that well, I think looking at Calvert-Lewin, I don't know. He's not that great when he's on the ball. He's better when he's in and around the box and, he's kind of latching onto things. But when I kind of look at him on the ball, he looks kind of just a little bit like when he actually gets the ball to feet.
Mate, it's his delivery that has been the best thing about his game because Ancelotti has found a way of basically saying, I've got all this talent behind you, just get something for him to finish. I don't think anything about his individual ability. I think it is the machine that's working behind him that is able to sort of ping it through.
Yeah, that's the thing for me.
You're pairing with Richarlison and everything. I think don't get me wrong, what Ancelotti's done with him has been fantastic because he's finally utilising him to make this team, much, much better than we've seen in our lifetimes. Because I can't remember an Everton team that actually looked capable of staying around top four. But it feels like that the reason that he is coming out so well from it is for what's going on behind him and what Ancelotti's got working to sort of get the ball up towards him. I don't think it is individual ability that gets Calvert-Lewin the marks, but the one obviously with the ball net, so that's where obviously all the credit goes.
But then you got to remember, I remember in the interview, Ancelotti said, that he reminds him of Pippo Inzaghi, where he doesn't need to touch the ball. It's just the little movements he makes in that 6-yard box, whether it's in the air or running across the defender and taps it in. And when I watch him, most of the time he doesn't really get involved. He wins a header in the air, flicks it on, and then he runs directly into the box. So I mean,
he seems a bit like a target man, isn't he? Like
Them old school number 9 players, like
number 9, yeah.
Whereas now, where you got the Vardys, you got the Kanes, who get more involved, running in behind or holding up the play and this and that. So it's different, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying. I agree with Czech because it's like I would put Calvert-Lewin in because based off the team he's playing in, Spurs are obviously on paper a way better team, innit? And he's been able to do all of that. But Kane, 7 goals, 8 assists. Goodness,
amazing.
Bro.
He can do it all. He can do it all.
Yeah. For me, obviously we're not talking about previous seasons and all that kind of stuff, but there's something about Jamie Vardy, man. There's just something about that guy that I don't know what it is, fam.
My ideal striker. He had 2 more inches on him, and he's just.
Would you man say he's world class?
A bit
I'm
of
not
tough
going
one.
to say world class, but if
Harry Kane is
England
world class.
put him around him at the World Cup, he would have done bits.
So what's the category under world class? Would you say elite? Because you got world class, elite, and then very good, or
Okay,
what? So you put him in elite, yeah.
He's an elite striker. He is an elite striker. I say that.
Fair.
But world class, like if I'm looking at world class, I'm thinking of a player that can play in and around the Messis, can play in and around the Neymar and Mbappe's and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know.
No, I'm just saying in his position, like out and out. I'm talking strikers. So you got Lewandowski, Aguero, those men are
okay.
I
wouldn't put him up there. I don't know if I'd put him up there with Lewandowski and them guys there, but
cool.
Because I honestly think Lewandowski and them guys there, they've just got a mad range of like skills and goals.
Strings to their
not
goal.
just skills, but when I say like skill set, basically in terms of like the different kind of goals they score. And Vardy for me is obviously getting behind.
I think Kane would do similar numbers in Bundesliga.
I'd bet that. I think you do better numbers in Bundesliga. I can't lie to you.
Realize, man.
You lost right off Bundesliga. What?
What?
Go on, Roo. What's he thinking?
Ah, no way. I'm not.
Don't come in so biased, bro. Don't come in being biased. Because
What's he thinking?
Kane and Lewandowski, whether you like it or not, are very similar players, bro. Don't look at what's happened in the past season. When Kane has had a top season, he is one of the best strikers in the world. I
No,
don't
man.
care what.
Roo wants us to talk about John McGinn. He wants us to put McGinn in.
Bro,
I watched a lot of Bundesliga when it came back in the start of the lockdown, and I just think you're giving Kane far too much there.
I don't think he gets enough credit.
I agree.
It's painful for me to say.
I
he's
agree.
very good.
Yeah. I've had to take away my pride. I've had to say, do you know what? Kane is cold. He's world class, man.
People are
He's
always
my top three strikers in the world.
Anywhere, any top.
Say that again.
Yeah, you said.
I didn't hear what you said.
At once.
Yeah. So the sound is coming in. I said he's my top 3 strikers in the world without a doubt.
That's for Nigel.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he's in my top 3 yet, but I think he's good. I think he's amazing. I think he's a great striker. I don't rate Benzema that much. I can't lie.
Benzema's cold, but we're talking about out and out strikers. There's only 3 that I can really list: Aguero, Lewandowski, and Kane. Man, their man score goals for fun. Simple for me personally. Exactly. I'm not talking about centre forwards. I'm not talking about a front 3, number 9 striker. Like, you know, when you play FIFA and it's ST, it's Lewandowski, Aguero, and Kane for me, man. 100%.
But guys, let's just do that. We haven't even finished. We haven't finished our 11. I can't lie to you.
Oh yeah, for real. We haven't finished.
But all right, cool. So we're gonna go Kane. Let's go Kane through the middle because I don't think we can argue that one. With his just the stuff he's been doing. So let's just go Kane through the middle, and then we'll look at the last forward. It's kind of peak still.
He's one of
last one's tough.
He's one of our
so we got
the last one. Yeah. On paper, that defense is extremely poor.
It isn't it? You know. I looked at it, and I said, "Wow, is this what we're doing, lads?" But then it's based on 4 minutes. It's based on form.
That's it. And that's the thing. That's not the Premier League. That's not the team of the season. That's just the team so far. Like,
exactly.
He's done well.
Exactly.
If you build that team on FIFA, you're getting smacked. There's no 2 ways about it.
Oh,
can you imagine the stats on Fofana and Lamptey?
Oh, bro.
All right. Let's look at the final. Ralph's he's gone out again. When he comes back, I had him. Let's look at the final forward now. Okay, he's returning. 1 sec. We'll have a look at the final forward in a sec. But obviously we've got, as we said, Calvert-Lewin, of which I don't know with where Everton is at the moment. I'm not too sure if he's still good. Don't get me wrong, but if we can consider him for the actually, yeah, we can because of the goals he scored. He's still in around the top. So, yeah. So we got Calvert-Lewin, obviously Vardy, Salah as well. I don't think we should take his name out because believe it or not, he is still doing bits regardless. And
I think Salah should go back.
A couple.
And I think everyone should say a name and let's
put Salah back in.
Everyone saying Salah in, yeah? Or is it because it's like it brings a balance? Because if based on form, Vardy should be ahead of Salah for me. But in terms of like the front 3, like with the left. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I've got something against Salah. Not sorry, man. I know you're a Liverpool fan. I don't like greedy players, man. I don't like greedy players. Bro.
You think Salah's greedy?
Oh, greedy, man. Greedy. You see his player there, he won't play him. He won't play him through.
Go, Roo.
The amount of people who called him a hit wonder, right, from his first season, 17-18. He's recording better numbers than the start of his 17-18 season. And back then, you didn't dare slander him back then when he was doing his 17-18, his debut, right? Because people thought he was the best going. He's recording better
100%.
than that when you think, right, let's spin him out for Vardy, whose stats are just all penalties. Let's be honest.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, Vardy's runs a lot of penalties. No. Guess what?
Do you know what?
That 17-18 season, yeah, when he was scoring goals, it was more organic because it was off the cuff. The season after that and the season after that, Salah will see Mane and Firmino free. He said, "Nah, man, I'm cutting in. I'm trying to slot for that. Yeah, I can't, man.
That was the one thing that scared me about this team is when the egos finally peaked, when was it going to fucking bust? And I still remember the game where Mane came off and threw the tantrum because Salah just wouldn't square the ball to him. It's horrible how each of them have sort of had their own turn at being sort of the highlight of that front three, and now when they've all had their peak, sort of. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've not started tearing the hair out of each other just yet, but like they're still working well. But it's
yeah.
I'm having a sorry guys, I'm having a look at certain things here, and I think obviously we're looking at the top goal scorers and everything, and who we should put there, if it's Salah or if it's Vardy, and I'm just having a look at statistically because obviously we have been looking at stats and other things, but at the moment Jamie Vardy has actually got a much better conversion rate than Mohamed Salah. And the thing is, for me, I've been seeing Vardy playing left wing at times this season, playing in the middle, playing left wing, blah blah blah. But at the moment, in terms of goal conversion and shots that have actually been converted into goals, Salah has a 36%. He's got 36% goal conversion, and he's had 68% accuracy with his shot. Vardy has had 57% goal conversion and 86% shot accuracy. So I think if you're hearing them kind of
take that with a pinch of salt, because if you consider penalties in there as a shot conversion, it kind of takes it a lot.
How many penalties?
Salah does take penalties as well. You know,
he takes penalties.
Let me check that.
But how many penalties has Vardy taken this season compared to Salah? Do you know what it is?
Look at this. Like, I don't know, but because I'm not too sure which one's got more. But at the moment, Jamie Vardy's had 14 shots this season and he scored 8 of them. Salah's had 22 and scored 8.
Ooh. But that's what I'm saying. Again, Rue, that's greed though. He's always shooting. He's always shooting, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
You got someone saying Salah is 4th in key chances created in the league. Not bad for someone who's so greedy.
But when you're greedy, of course you're going to be out there with stats. Stats are gonna be looking nice for you, bro.
Fourth. If you have a shot that goes wide, isn't that considered a chance created?
Is
it just being threaded through on goal as a chance?
But at the same time, it's not your fault if it's not converted, though. You created the chance, so that kind of just proves he's not greedy, innit? Because he passed.
Yeah,
I think at this present moment in time,
on the big screen, innit? Because he keeps cutting me off. I'm getting vexed. I don't know if you can see me.
You got us a big screen.
I don't want to miss nothing said. I don't know what's going on with my internet today.
I hear you, Ralph. I think I'm let's just start with the vote. I'm gonna start, and then we'll go Nigel, Sam, Ralph, Felix, and then Rue. But I'm not gonna lie. For last forward, I'm going Vardy. Who would you say, Nigel?
Vardy as well, man.
Sam?
Jamie.
So we've got 3 votes for Vardy. Rue?
Man says Jamie.
Sorry, not Rue. Ralph. Sorry, Ralph.
Firmino.
Ooh. Throw one in the mix.
No, I'm guessing Salah. Mohamed Salah.
So
right, that's
Salah.
interesting, you know, because I was going to say Salah as well, so you know where this is going.
Oh, nice. You know what? Go on.
They get Kirk and Felix to do rock, paper, scissors since they're next to the
Bro, you're killing me.
Do you know what? Yeah, Rue, you're saying Salah, innit? All right. Felix, I'm coming. We're gonna do rock paper scissors, and we're gonna see who actually gets into this team.
Yeah, actually, it's fun.
No way.
Oh my days.
Felix, I beg win. That's better than anyone.
You can't put no thing in this, bro.
If you lose,
Look at him, he's actually here, you know.
What's the outcome? Who, like, if Kirk, what happens?
Felix and Salah.
Obviously, he's Vardy, I'm Salah, innit?
I cannot.
Alright, ready?
Oh,
Are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, so we're doing rock, paper, scissors. I won.
I'm feeling pressure, fam. I'm feeling pressure.
What's the three?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Done. It's Vardy. Best of three, fam.
Come on.
I cannot believe what is going on right now.
It's calm. He's the host, innit? I don't know where this is going.
All right, cool. We're going Vardy still.
Let's just all agree on like
the chances.
Sam, I'm gonna remove you from this stream if you don't behave yourself,
bro. I swear I've almost heard the whole of Arsenal's starting 11 in this episode, bro.
All right, so we got the final one, and there's going to be Jamie Vardy. But now we're going to go through the honorable mentions quickly, because the stream has been live, but it's been going on for a while. We'll go through the honorable mentions, but here is our main 11 for what we got for, obviously, our combined 11 for the season so far. Emi Martinez, Lamptey, Fofana, Mings, Robertson, Tielemans, Grealish, Højbjerg, Son, Kane, and Vardy. So that's for the main 11. So now we're going to go for the honorable mentions, and I think what I'll do is maybe we can go for. Let me have a look at the slots actually, because I want to see. All right, we can go for 2 honorable mentions for each position, I reckon. So when I say position, I mean defense. So it's not centre backs and just the whole defense, whole midfield, and whole striker, and then obviously 2 honorable mentions if we need it for goalkeepers as well. So let's move on to the honorable mention number 1. Have we got any honorable mentions for goalkeeper? I'm going to go Kasper Schmeichel as my honorable mention for goalkeeper, and Edouard Mendy.
Rui Patricio
and Mendy. Oh, Rui Patricio as well. Do you know what? If you go by numbers,
can I say
yes, but I don't know.
Yeah, Rui Patricio's got 4 clean sheets, same as Emiliano Martinez.
Okay, then let's because the thing is, Leicester, obviously with where Leicester is in the league, you gotta say they're doing something right. Them being second and all, but who are we going for honorable mentions then? We said it's Kasper Schmeichel and Rui Patricio or Edouard Mendy.
Mendy's got the same clean sheets as Schmeichel.
I'd go Schmeichel Mendy. I can't lie. That's me.
Yeah, I agree. Schmeichel Mendy still.
I go Schmeichel Mendy.
Guess I'm not going to win, so I might as well just keep quiet then, innit?
All right.
Support the African footballers and that.
And Edouard Mendy, I believe.
Where's Mendy from?
Go.
Senegal.
From Senegal, isn't it? So we move on now to the center. Well, not the center back, the defense position. Who will be 2 honorable mentions that we'll put in there for defenders this season? I think we'd say Gabriel. I'd put Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. Sam, you all right with that? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What about Robin's hairline?
Well, that's an honorable mention.
Bareheaders, man.
He's better than Cannavaro.
Honorable mention. We've got Gabriel as one. Any other honorable mentions we'd like to put? Who else did we mention actually when we're doing this? When we started at first,
we're doing just defense, so
well,
across all 4 positions, right?
Yeah, across everyone. We said Vestergaard, no?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Vestergaard.
This guy's still mentioning Reguilon.
Why not Reguilon?
Matty Cash I said as well in defense.
Matty Cash as well, actually. Do you know what? Let me change. I'm going to go Matty Cash. I can't lie. I think he's actually been really solid for Villa this season. I think he's been solid for Villa. So I'll go Matty Cash.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
No free pro. Take that thing off.
Matty Cash. All right, so those are the two defensive honorable mentions. Midfielders.
Hendo.
Nah.
Alan.
Oh crap, we didn't put Alan in there. I'm sorry, I'm not going Henderson.
Alan's got to be in there still. I might even put John McGinn in there as well.
Yeah.
McGinn or Douglas. What's his name? Douglas Luiz, is it?
Yeah, Douglas. I'll go with McGinn, man. There's something about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say McGinn and Allen.
McGinn all day long.
What's part of this guy's name? Is it MC or M?
Look, MC.
MCG.
PARTEY.
All right, cool. All right, and then finally two honorable mentions for the strikers position, or forwards. Sorry. So I think we said Zaha. Zaha would be one. No.
Zaha, yeah.
It's kind of tough though because I would have to go. We have to decide between Zaha. I'd like to.
I'd say Calvert-Lewin and Salah, man.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin.
No, man. Okay, Salah. Because I was going to put Patrick Bamford in there as well. Still.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like we're gonna get too statistical if we start like mentioning certain players. Because then you can kind of go down the list. If you look at like top goal scorers and stuff, there's a long list of players on like 8 and 7 goals.
All right, cool. Then we'll go Zaha and wait, did we say Salah and who? Calvert-Lewin. Okay, I think that's
Calvert-Lewin. Yeah.
So Calvert.
How many goals has Paddy Bamford got this season?
6, 7, I think. Is it 7?
Yeah,
man. 7. He's got 7.
Damn.
Playing for Leeds.
Yeah.
There we go. That is our entire. So there's a starting 11 again, and that is our honorable mentions area. So that is it, guys. That is the team complete. It's been a very interesting conversation. It's been fun. Thank everybody for joining us today. Again, obviously the video is going to be available. So again, as we say all the time, just let us know if you think we're talking rubbish in any place, because it'd be nice to know, man. Why not? Not everyone has the same opinion. So guys, yeah, just let us know if you think we're talking rubbish. Just let us know if you think we've missed somebody out, or if you want to tell us who your combined 11 would be so far this season. We'd love to know. As we mentioned every week, head over to Reveal Footy, at Reveal Footy on Twitter to find out all the latest on what African footballers are doing all around the world. We've always got videos and different images sort of like popping up here and there and everywhere with different bits of news as well. These videos sometimes get clipped up and put on there as well, so you don't miss anything. Make sure you go over there and give us a follow on the Reveal YouTube page as well. Make sure you give us thumbs up, a like, comment, and you subscribe as well, so you don't miss us whenever we come at you every Sunday with this podcast that we're doing. Let us know if you've got any topics that you would want us to discuss as well. But yeah, we'll be back next Sunday. It's been fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Peace.